Uh, with what is happening on the internet these days, I'm even getting scared of marriages these days, especially. You see, when I see young people say that they don't want to get married because of all these things, just say last week here, somebody's husband poured fuel and lit the fire on her. The other one beats the wife. Osinachi's death and all that. I don't understand. What is the issue right now? Is it that people are not getting married right, or people are not going to marriage with the right motive? Or what do you think the issue is? Because I'm getting worried about what the next generation after us will think about marriage.
Pressure.
Pressure.
Yeah. Pressure is one of the core reasons for what we are seeing in marriages today. A lot of homes are under immense pressure. Economic downturn, the harsh economic realities here and there is what is resulting to some of the backlash we are seeing in many homes. So a lot of people are not able to handle the pressure that is coming to the home, and the result is what we are seeing. Secondly, yes, it's also true that people are not marrying right these days. Look, marrying the right person is one of the best thing anybody can do for himself. We have said it over and over again that the best gift you can give to your kids is giving them the right father or mother, because that's an inestimable value that you can give to your kids. Why we are even talking about the kids, it's even more for you than your kids. If you bring these people here today and really examine them, how and why did they go into this marriage? Most of them is for sex. Me specifically, if not for
Sexual
God that helped me,
compatibility.
yeah, if not for God that helped me, I would have also fallen into the same trap. Marrying because the person appealed to your sexual attraction, mindset, and all that is one of the key reasons we see the things we see. Because one, yes, why I don't support domestic violence. Some of the reason why we see some of these men going over the roof to do these heinous things, terrible things they do to their wives is when you marry a partner who cannot help your weakness. One.
Yeah.
When you marry a partner who does not even know how to help you at all when you are down, when you are at your zero, when you are struggling, when your partner cannot even understand that breaking point. That's where it actually got to these things. The men should pay for their crime. The women have already paid for it. But the
Wait, person. You said the woman have already paid for it.
Some of them buy it in the process, right?
Yeah.
What other price could be worse than that? They've paid for it. But the thing is, the younger generations, are they going to learn from it? Most of these things, we see them on social media because somebody wants to generate content, somebody wants to generate comments and engagement, not because they want to learn valuable lessons from these things. So these things will keep happening because we are not learning. Things are happening, but we are not learning. Now, when these things happen, just watch the comments, the comment section, watch all the engagement. It's about blame. Nobody is talking about what caused this thing.
Recently, I think there's a crop of men that are pushing a narrative, and they're saying the brotherhood, like when that incident of the young lady that was burnt, I just saw different comments. Some young men, they said the brotherhood, they are proud of the man for burning the woman and all that.
Yeah.
So
it tells you exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The kind of society we have right now. The kind of things we are raising as human beings now. A time is coming where the human instinct in us will be completely extinguished if we are not careful enough. So we're going to have a lot of animals instead of human beings.
Yeah, please, I beg you. I don't.
Yeah. So because right now we are not training ourselves.
Yeah.
We only just want to be known.
Yeah.
We don't want to create values after. In our time, it may look, when I'm saying this, it looks like we are old. But we are not old.
We are actually old.
People like someone like me, I know how life was for me, and I know how many times I was presented opportunities to be rich.
Yeah.
But because of the values we still had then, I have to first of all analyze this wealth that you want to give to me, that I want to suddenly bump into. I have to analyze it and ask myself, is that what you really want? But right now, nobody cares. Everybody just want to be just want to be wealthy. How you get wealthy is not, nobody's thinking about it.
Now, for a young person, what are the things? Like when we were to get married, based on the church we attended, we were taught so many things now. What are those things that young girls need to even look out for? But for me, I have my own criteria.
It's not about young girl, young boy. We are all in the same circle right now. No. Both the young boys, both the young girl. First of all, know yourself first. You want to marry, both whether you are a girl or you are a boy, know yourself first. When you don't know yourself, you want to jump into marriage for any reason. And that any reason is the reason we are seeing the things we are seeing in marriages today. Marriage is not meant for any reason. Why are people going into marriage? To fulfill their sexual lust. People are getting married because you are seeing a hot babe, or you are seeing a hot guy, something you consider hot, you don't want to lose the person. You jump into marriage. People are going into marriage because I'm of age. What's your own definition of being of age? You have to come to a point that you know who you are. You have come to understand your values. You know where you are going. You know what you in the next 10, 20, 30 years, which are the most valuable years left for you on earth. Because the years after, it is the seed you've sown that you will start reaping after 20 years from that moment. 20 years after marriage, you are not supposed to be having children anymore. You would have had your children and have started training them to the point that you're already targeting that by so time I will rest from training kids. So when I say 20 years, I mean 20 years of investment, 20 years of hard work, 20 years of fulfilling purpose. You know where you are going. That is what will determine who comes into your life. When you don't know where you are going, who you are, anybody can come into your life. But if you know these things, if you know your value, you know your purpose, you know your destination, anybody cannot just come in. Because once a person comes in and spend one day with you, immediately all the systems in you will start informing you of the next steps you have to take. Is either you should start running away or you should stay. So the reason people are going into marriage is, first of all, they didn't know themselves. This knowing yourself is very, very important. You have to also identify your needs. People will tell you that, yes, I identified my needs. I needed a lady that is well endowed back and front.
But it's not just the physical right now.
That is not actually what you need.
Because after childbirth,
that is what you wanted. It's not what you need. So when I am saying identifying your needs, I am talking about, it's like I'm speeding so that we can just crowd discuss this thing. One, know yourself. Understand. When I mean know yourself, I mean one. When I mean know yourself, I mean one. I'm getting into marriage because I have a good job. I have money. I have graduated from school. My mates are getting married. These are the reasons people are jumping into marriage. So if you are getting into marriage for these reasons, when the ships are down, what next? Either drop it or do away with it, or destroy whatever is trying to stop you. We forget that the shapes that we are seeing today, you are not going to see it for too long. If it is the shape of the woman, once the woman gets start dropping children, the shape will start changing.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you short. I remember those days when we were preparing to get married as singles. When Bishop Oyedepo will be teaching, we was talking about knowing yourself. Now you talked about knowing yourself. No, he used to talk about knowing your purpose, and he used to say something. He said, a man that doesn't know where he's going to is not prepared for marriage. Because how can you carry someone's daughter to continue with a journey?
Even if someone's daughter also need to know.
First and foremost.
See, we are putting these things on both men, or either separating it from men or women. Both sides need to know their value.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Listen, if as a lady, if you know yourself deeply, because when we talk about knowing yourself, it goes beyond my name is so and so, I just graduated from, and I was born so. No, that is not about knowing yourself. We're talking about understanding your values clearly. Understanding your values. Understand your core values. Where am I going? What is my destination?
Yeah.
What do I really want in life? One. Then two, identify your needs. Now, it is these needs that people have misconstrued, and is the major reason people are quickly jumping into marriage that is becoming catastrophic in recent days now. Your needs are those vital qualities that will help you arrive at your destination. That is your needs.
Like those qualities you want to see in a partner.
Yes.
That will help you to get to your destination.
Exactly.
Let me come in short. I remember this book I was reading, Crazy House Sinners by George Bloomer. I bought that book, several copies of it. I don't even know where it is right now. It talks about a woman coming to a man's life, and he was talking about submission. He said God has created a man to have a mission. Then you as a woman, you are coming as a sub. When the Bible was talking about submission, it was not talking about you, the dobale, and all that. It was talking about a woman who is a sub coming in to help to achieve the goal of the mission. That's what I was talking about, submission. So you as a woman, you have a mission. You are coming to play in the life of a man. Yeah. So if a man does not understand his mission, you cannot be going to Sokoto and the woman is going to Kafasha.
So that is why I said the woman should be ready. Yeah. When the woman is ready, she will know. I am a deputy to a governor.
Yeah.
Which state?
I don't know.
You have to know the state.
Yeah.
This is why I said know yourself. Now you are a deputy to a governor. What does deputy do? That's where submission also comes in. When when a governor have a deputy who does not understand his function, you will start struggling power with the governor. So I'm using political terms now. I'm using the things that we see every day. We start struggling power, and at the end, who loses? Is the deputy governor?
Because if you are not going my way, I drop you.
These are the things that are playing out in our marriages today.
Yeah.
Now let's bring it to marriage, which is more fundamental to the so-called deputy and the governor we are talking about. So when we talk about sub, we talk about a woman who understands that I'm a woman of purpose, going somewhere, but I'm waiting for my driver. Yeah. The man is the driver.
Yeah.
When you enter the vehicle, you are not going to put your hand on the steering with the man. You know your place where you will help the man not to sleep on that steering. That is who you are as a woman. But when these values are now today in recent times are no longer necessary, these values have been eroded. Now the values that we are now talking about is how sumptuous you are front and back, or how sumptuous you are in your bank account. This is
it a food?
It's food now. It's a serious food now.
Appealing.
How sumptuous you are front and back, and how sumptuous my bank account is. Yeah. This is the major reason people are going into marriages now.
Yeah.
And this is why marriages are failing. Don't care the status the person is. If the person fails in his marriages, this is just the reason. It goes vis-a-vis on the man or the woman. If, for example, You are in a moving vehicle, heading somewhere. You know your destination. You know you are in the right vehicle. You know that you are with the right driver, but the driver is facing challenge. As a woman who knows and understands the purpose of what she's doing, what do? You do everything to support the driver, because if the driver crashes, you crashes as well.
Yeah.
You are not going to be alive when the vehicle crashes. You will die. So for that reason, what are you going to do? You do everything to support the driver. You do everything to help the driver. You are not going to put the driver away. The vehicle crashes and you will be alive. Yeah. So because you have this understanding, you are not getting into marriage for pleasure. You are getting into marriage with the mindset of a woman on duty. That is what we don't have in recent times. You are marrying this man simply because of what you think you can get from the man. You are not marrying this man because you think he's the right driver to your destination. Yet again, that destination is another problem. Any woman will say, it's my destination to financial freedom. You know, in recent times, we have smart people who are able to twist any narrative. If it's your freedom to twist you out of your poverty to financial freedom, what happens when that money is not there? What happens when there is a glitch in the source of that money? You still have the same problem. Do you know that you can be within your peers today and you just see one guy who comes and is like bigger than everybody in your peers, and you are jumping into marriage with that guy thinking that you are going to be on top of your peers forever, only for time and seasons to come and discover that some of those your peers you underrated in time past are now the bigger fish than the one you thought you caught. What happens at that point in time?
Yeah.
You know that a lot of people enter marriage because I want to be bigger than my peers. This is an opportunity to be bigger than my peers. Competition.
Unhealthy competition.
And then the little guys you left behind, suddenly, times and seasons happened. And that person that you thought would never amount to nothing suddenly become bigger than your guy.
So what happens?
The
competition goes on. If you are getting married from competition.
Yes, so you are going, since the competition goes on, you are not going to jump out of that boat now to look for another boat to enter?
No.
Of course, yes, because that is what we are seeing today.
Now,
we want to find a way to jump out.
This is where emotional readiness comes.
Yeah.
Now, for somebody who is wanting to get married, emotionally, are you stable? Emotionally, are you ready? Emotionally, are you ready to withstand the ordeals that comes with marriage? You know, when you are single, I love you, and all that, lovey-dovey activities and all that. But when you are married, responsibility comes in. Are you emotionally ready?
My grandfather told me some years back, before we even thought of, one day the man was traveling, so some guests came to visit us. Not actually me this time, but my brother Alfred. So, but because he was around, the girl was hanging around the road. We forgot that my grandfather was a playboy at a point in his life. So when it was time for him to leave, he called me, Ambrose, come and walk me. I said, yes, sir. So I walked him. On the way, he said, who is that girl? I said, JP, there was no girl though. He said, you people think you are smart. That guy hovering around is for one of you.
Yeah.
So that thing struck a conversation. At a point when I knew he had cornered me, I said, yes, it's actually for Alfred. He said, okay. I wanted to just point something to me. So he told me, he said, Ambrose, don't ever tell any lady, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what, say until you are sure that this is the person
you want to get married
to. And even at that, try as much as possible not to use that word until you have come together with that lady and have come to understand. Because that thing you guys talk about love is not actually love. Say, and that word is a covenant word. Don't spread it anyhow. It was like, this old man, you your time have passed. Won't you just rest? But later, though, because I actually referenced him, I became very dry on that word. Almost immediately, I switched. And no matter what I tell her, I think I like you. That is what lady got from me from that moment. But later, I started understanding what this man actually meant. You know, that emotional instability you get simply because you see somebody, you think that is love. It is when you get into marriage that love will define itself.
Yeah.
Because you now begin to see the ups and downs. By the time you go through the roller coaster and come out, that is when you will now realize that, oh, I thought I was in love. You understand?
Yeah.
So before you get into marriage, yeah, you have to be emotionally stable. Don't rush into marriage when you don't know what you are doing. Don't rush into marriage when you are not 100% sure that these good things you see around the person, when they are not there, you will still be there.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important, because these are the things that most of these marriage, these so-called marriages we are seeing in our society today, these are the things they did not put into cognizance that is bringing the things we are now seeing today. Know yourself first before getting into marriage.
So you know yourself.
Then in knowing yourself, you have to understand your values. What are your values? Where are you going? What is your destination? So you have to identify your needs. When I'm talking about your need, I'm not talking about your wants. Oh, the person boobs and the person,
a tall, black, handsome,
all those ones are your
pointed
all those ones are your
nose,
wants and not your needs.
fresh skin,
All those ones are your wants and not your
big
needs.
pockets,
Yeah,
heavy duty.
exactly. They are your wants and not your needs. You have to know the difference between your want and your needs. Like for me, I actually do not need all these big boobs, big asses from time. As a matter of fact, when it becomes too big, it becomes depressing to me. I like it when it is average and normal. When it is dry, I don't like it. But when it is average and normal, that's what it's supposed to be. Not excess
That's
luggage.
your wants now.
That was my want. Yes. Not excess luggage. And I also want a woman that is handy for me.
So now,
It was my want.
okay.
So when I was not thinking of marriage, those were the things I put front until God started dealing with me. Said, don't go for that, Don't go for those things. And not that. And